Hey Gauchos, I'm in line at my local Starbucks in the drive-thru. A little bit of foreshadowing there. Bringing you this week's Starbucks-centric episode of GauchoTV. Gaucho. Okay, so we kick off this week with the top 5. This week, top 5 ways to save money on your coffee. Number 5, thermos or a car cup, right? So some stores offer a discount for filling up your own cup, so why don't you go find those and do so, right? Okay, number 4, buy in bulk. So if you know how to ask, you know who to ask, you can get the 25-pound bags of beans that they use at some of the like Gloria Jeans style locations, and you can buy those on site, and it's a whole lot cheaper if you buy in bulk. Hang on, I gotta go get my coffee. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so number 3, prepaid card. Get yourself a prepaid card, and that way you can limit your coffee budget for the month. The part of that is not so great is, of course, if your card runs out before the end of the month, and then you're a zombie the rest of the month. But it teaches you how to budget it, and that way you know exactly how much you're going to spend each month on coffee. Keeps you away from the expensive coffee drinks. Number 2, a membership. Okay, so little known fact, Barnes & Noble offers memberships, and if you get one, you can get 10% off your total purchase. That includes coffee, and there's Starbucks available at Barnes & Noble. So if you like Starbucks, you can get 10% off your coffee drinks by getting your, and if you buy enough coffee drinks, it kind of pays for itself for that $25 annual membership. I think it's about $25. Check with your local Barnes & Noble. Your mileage may vary. And number 1, punch cards. So a whole bunch of gas station chains offer a free cup for every X number of paid cups you get. So it's like, you know, every 10th cup you get free. Now, if you do that for a month and you get cup of coffee every day, well, that's 3 free cups a month. So there's another way to save money on your coffee. That's it for the top 5. Now more Gaucho TV. Hey Gauchos, it's Marv. How you doing? This week on Gaucho TV, it's all things Starbucks, and I mean all things Starbucks. There's a lot of big doings at Starbucks right now, and since I know it's kind of the coffee of choice for, well, most people who travel outside of their home, worthy of a whole episode of Gaucho TV. First off, interesting news I got off of consumerist.com. Now, of course, Gaucho is a great place to go for savings. Consumerist is a good place to go for to be a smart consumer. I'm a big fan of reading Consumerist. They get some great stories, and a Consumerist reader sent in a personal story about going to their campus, Starbucks. A reader named Christian went to his college campus Starbucks to pick up his daily Starbucks cold drink because it was kind of a warm day. And he was on his way to class, and he noticed that the barista used a different nickname. Because, you know, when you get your cup of Starbucks, they'll write your name on there so you know which one to pick up. And they gave him a nickname on his. By the way, I should mention right now that this week's episode of Gaucho TV is Too Hot for Gaucho TV. It's another good graphic, just like last week's. So, what was the nickname that he received? Because Christian claims he was a nice guy, wasn't mean or anything, but he's walking, and he looks at his cup, and right there on there, the nickname was Big. Really? That gets beeped? This is a news story. I mean, the cup said right on it, you can see here, it said Big. Huh. Oh, well. So Christian claims that after receiving that new nickname from that barista that he's not going to go to that Starbucks anymore. Now there is a slim chance that instead of using his regular name, that was the barista's way of using a physical characteristic to remember Christian by, and if that's the case, then, yeah. Anyway. Okay, so Starbucks is relaunching Seattle's Best. Now, you may or may not be aware of this, but a little while back, Starbucks bought Seattle's Best, which is kind of known regionally. It was a smaller chain available on some college campuses and some cruise lines, and I believe Alaska Airlines had it. Well, they purchased Seattle's Best for about $72 million, a cash and trade deal, and they've just announced this week, actually, that they're relaunching the brand, and they are starting a whole bunch of new partnership projects to kind of expand the brand because, you know, fewer people are drinking Starbucks because of the recession and they're not going out and buying $5 cups of coffee anymore. Starbucks is trying to keep that brand recognition, so they purchased it as a more affordable alternative to the Starbucks brand. It's Seattle's best, and they launched with a new logo, which you can see right here. So now they're going to be available in Burger King, which they have in some locations for a while, but they're going to be expanding that. Available in Subway locations. They've been in a few of those, but they're going to be expanding that as well. Also going to be available in more college campuses, restaurants, grocery stores, and anywhere there isn't already a Starbucks presence, and in some cases, side by side with a Starbucks presence, so there'll probably be some kind of Seattle's best frozen treats that are a little cheaper than the Starbucks branded. The bottled Frappuccinos and the... well, you're familiar with all the stuff, obviously, because if you're like me, you've had a cup of coffee or two in the last hour. Or half. Woo! So by relaunching Seattle's best, Starbucks is hoping that they can pick up some of the market share they've lost from people who've stopped buying their Starbucks every day. And of course, if you saw the top 5, you saw ways you can save money. You could always brew your own coffee. I realize how silly that sounds, but it's true. They do make machines where you can make coffee in your own home. Just saying. Just saying. In other news, through this Sunday, Starbucks, pretty much every Starbucks location, is offering half-priced Frappuccino happy hour from 3 to 5 p.m. It says at participating locations, but so far every location I've been to has been offering it. Now, if you're looking for an afternoon caffeine buzz in the form of a frothy Frappuccino froofy beverage that costs $5, well, go ahead and check that out, at least through this Sunday. You see, their whole deal with launching these new Frappuccinos is they're trying to get people reinvigorated with Frappuccinos because there's a lot of smoothies available. Dunkin' Donuts is offering an alternative at their locations, and McDonald's is pretty soon going to be offering, just like they offered their fancy coffees, the McCafe, now they're going to be offering smoothies and Frappuccino-style drinks at McDonald's locations where they have McCafes. So in an effort to fight this, Starbucks has been doing this happy hour promotion also to show the new things they're doing with their Frappuccinos in hopes to get people reinterested in their frozen $5 drinks. Some of the things they plan on doing include customizing the Frappuccinos. You'll be able to make them however you want to make them. They're going to be selling Frappuccino branded ice cream. You should be seeing that in stores pretty soon. They're going to be offering more bottled versions of their Frappuccinos, not just there's like a caramel and a mocha and a vanilla now. They're going to be offering a whole bunch more flavors. They're going to be testing wacky ingredients. This is according to Starbucks' own press release. So, wacky ingredients, huh? Well, I will have a pork and grape flavored Frappuccino, please. No, thank you. And they're going to be devising more products to go along with the brand. So look for Frappuccino branded lip gloss, I guess, for all those kids who love Frappuccinos. Something like that. Of course, personally, I only go to local coffee shops, obviously. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode of Gaucho TV, all things Starbucks. Tune in next week. I got more exciting news. And in the meantime, I'm just going to be enjoying my delicious coffee drink. That is good. Hey,